A barber with $1 million in cash and persons attempting to buy foreign used vehicles and jewelry with cash are just some of the suspicious transactions being reported by commercial banks. Minister of National Security Stuart and Minister of Finance Colm Imbert gave the nation an update on the demonetisation of the old $100 note at Thursday's post-cabinet media briefing. Cozier Phillip reports.
Minister of National Security Stuart says over the past few days, he's been in constant contact with the police service and the Bankers Association. He says from the information they've received, the reason to change to the polymer-based notes from a national security perspective is very correct.
I don't want to divulge too much at this stage. I've given some examples, for example, turning up with $1 million in cash to buy motor vehicles. We've had some ridiculous examples of persons going to legitimate businesses, placing orders in cash, then cancelling the orders when it's time to collect and saying, well, give me a check instead.
He discloses one instance where a transaction was deemed suspicious.
We've had somebody, for example, turn up and say he was a barber with over $1 million in cash. So that's a very expensive set of haircuts. But again, not casting any aspersions. That is for law enforcement to deal with.
Finance Minister Colm Imbert says in cases where people are finding it difficult to fill out a source of funds declaration at commercial banks, they will be advised to go to the central bank. He warns, however, it's against the law for bank officials to tip off customers.
In other words, the source of funds declaration looks questionable. The bank official is not allowed to tell that person, look, I'm about to do a suspicious activity report on you.
Minister Young says over the last 2 to 3 days, commercial banks have released hundreds of millions of dollars.
$150 million in 2 days of cash being now put into the system by persons doing exchanges. Another bank just told me as we left cabinet, another one of these major 4 banks, $120 million.
Meanwhile, at least 3 commercial banks have begun dispensing the polymer notes through their automatic teller machines, ATMs, while banks have been asked to open late on Christmas Eve and December 31st, New Year's Eve, to facilitate customers with the changeover. Cozier Phillip, TTT News.